All right, so you've all sent us a bunch of articles on this Sinner-Alcaraz final coming up. Sounds like you're ready for some serious tennis, huh?
Definitely. The hype is off the charts, and for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, a $6 million prize.
Yeah.
Biggest in tennis history. Got to make a deep dive out of this one. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, can you give us a quick recap on the whole Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry for anyone who might be a little less familiar?
Absolutely. So these two, they've already met 10 times on the court.
10 times. That's a lot, especially this early in their careers.
Right. And Sinner actually won a few of the early matches.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But Alcaraz, he's kind of had the upper hand lately. Leads the head-to-head 7-4 now.
Yeah, but those numbers don't always tell the whole story, do they? I mean, that match in Beijing a few weeks back, talk about a nail-biter.
Oh, tell me about it. Third set, tiebreaker. Insane shot-making from both of them. Alcaraz barely scraped by with a win.
See, that's what I love about this rivalry. They push each other to the absolute limit every single time. And the quality of the tennis, phenomenal. Add in the whole six-king slam final. In Saudi Arabia, no less talk about pressure, this match is going to be something else.
Oh, for sure. The atmosphere is going to be electric.
So, high stakes, intense history. What about their current form coming into this? Sinner's on an 8-match win streak, right?
8 wins, yeah. And he's shown some real grit to get there.
That's pretty intimidating, you have to admit.
Definitely impressive. But those wins, they haven't exactly been walks in the park.
What do you mean?
Well, he's played a ton of tennis this month. Remember that marathon match against Djokovic in the semis?
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So even with Sinner's incredible stamina, there's got to be a question of whether he can fully recover in time for the final.
Ah, the fatigue factor. That's real. Alcaraz, on the other hand, he's coming in fresh, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he's had a slightly easier run to the final.
True. He's definitely had a bit more rest. And that could play to his advantage, no doubt.
Yeah, especially with his style.
Exactly. That aggressive, high-energy style, perfect for this kind of event, especially if he's got the stamina to keep it up.
Speaking of that aggressive style, what makes it so dangerous, especially against someone like Sinner, speaking of that aggressive style, what makes it so dangerous, especially against someone like Sinner?
Well, you got to start with that forehand.
It's pretty legendary.
Right. I mean, the power and spin he generates, it's unreal. And this faster surface in Saudi Arabia, it's going to be even more lethal.
I can only imagine.
Seriously. We're talking winners from angles you wouldn't believe. Just completely pushes Sinner off the court, disrupts his whole rhythm.
I've seen some analysts comparing it to, like, a young Federer.
Oh, absolutely.
The kind of shot that can just, boom, dismantle your entire game plan.
Exactly.
But Sinner's no slouch either, right? I mean, the guy's on fire lately.
Yeah.
What are the analysts saying about his chances here?
It's true. You can't ignore that recent form. And actually, some analysts, they're giving Sinner a slight edge.
Really? Despite Alcaraz having won most of their recent matches.
Yeah, and it comes down to the serve.
His Sinner serve.
Yeah, it's become a real weapon for him. More consistent, more powerful.
Interesting.
So if he can keep Alcaraz on his toes early on, disrupt his rhythm, could be a game changer.
Fascinating. So we've got Alcaraz, the aggressive powerhouse, and Sinner, resilient as ever with this potentially game-changing serve. Anything else we should be watching for when these two clash?
Well, for Sinner, it all comes back to the fatigue factor.
Right. He's played a lot of tennis.
Can he keep up that intensity, that focus for the whole match? Or will we see those late set dips? Because Alcaraz, he's like a shark smelling blood in the water.
Ruthless.
Exactly. Any sign of weakness, any drop in energy, and Alcaraz will pounce.
And for Alcaraz?
For him, it's all about the mental game.
He is young.
Right. And sure, he's shown he can handle the pressure, but a final like this, against Sinner, that's a different beast altogether.
So what you're saying is it's a battle of physical endurance versus mental fortitude.
In a way, yeah. But you've also got the tactical battle happening on the court. Will Sinner try to shorten the points, use his serve to dictate the pace?
Interesting.
Or will he try to draw Alcaraz into long rallies? Rely on his stamina. There are so many ways this could go.
So many layers.
Right. It's not just about who hits the ball harder.
It's about strategy.
Adaptability.
Who can execute under pressure.
Exactly. And that's what makes this match so exciting. Whether you're a diehard tennis fan or just a casual viewer, this one's got something for everyone.
It's a clash of styles.
Personalities.
The future of tennis, really. It really feels like we're going to see something special go down.
Mm-hmm.
But for our listener who's maybe new to all this, What's the one thing they should be watching for?
You know what's so cool about this match? There's no easy answer, no clear prediction. I mean, we've talked about their strengths, their weaknesses, but at the end of the day...
It's anyone's game.
Exactly. Will Sinner's experience be enough? Can he outlast Alcaraz? Or will Alcaraz just be too much to handle? It's really a toss-up.
So much of it comes down to those key moments, when the pressure's on.
Absolutely. Those pressure points can make or break a match like this.
Right. Do they crumble or do they rise to the occasion?
Exactly. Those little moments, those are the things that decide these matches.
Well, this has been an awesome deep dive. Any last thoughts for our listeners before we let them go enjoy this final?
When you really think about it, this is bigger than just Sinner versus Alcaraz.
What do you mean?
These guys, they are the future of tennis.
Right. That next generation.
And this match, it could shape the sport for years to come. Who's going to cement their legacy? Guess we'll just have to watch and find out.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
This is one you do not want to miss.